Hey guys, what's up? We're back for another pop-in video. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, let's get on in here, okay? Let's get in here. Let's get in here. How y'all doing? Happy hump day. Give me 1 second. Give you guys a chance to come in. Write this down before I forget. Hey, Grandma 504. Hey, thanks for being here. Thank y'all for coming in. Hey. All right, let's get in. Let's get into the show. We got some great topics for you guys. Thanks for joining our pop in. Okay. Yes, honey, let's get into it. I see y'all. Hey, Erica Rogers, SD Warren, Dolores Campbell, Miss Pruitt. Thank y'all for joining. Let's get into this video. Okay. Let's get this first piece of news out the way because we have an update for the Tyre Nichols case. Okay. Y'all know we've been following that. We've been following quite a bit of cases. So as they do updates, then we will do updates for you guys so that you guys will be in the know, okay? Let's let that come up because you know there's a little latency. All right. As you guys can see, the city asked the courts for sanctions against lawyers for the Tyre Nichols family. Okay, this just came out 18 hours ago, so this is new. As you guys can see, that's Ben Crump. All right, let's get into it.
Memphis, Tennessee. The city of Memphis has asked the court for sanctions against the lawyers representing Tyre Nichols' family in the civil suit against the city and the Memphis Police Department, court documents show. According to the filing, the city asked for the sanctions after the statement that was released by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is representing the Nichols family, on the posters that had been posted throughout the city calling for vigilantism against the officers who were acquitted of Tyre Nichols' murder. Though the city clarified that their issue was not with the lawyers' statements denouncing the posters, but with the statements made regarding the upcoming civil suit. The city's filing claims some of the statements Crump made in the last paragraph of the release are false, and that Crump knew they were false when he made them. Specifically, the city had an issue with Crump claiming that the city has municipal insurance to prevent itself from going bankrupt if Nichols' family is awarded the $550 million for which they've sued. This is false, and plaintiff's counsel knew the statement was false when the statement was made. The sanction filing reads, the city goes on to state that they were required to provide Crump with any insurance agreement they had that might be able to satisfy the terms of a possible judgment in the lawsuit. The city also said they'd done this 3 separate times, showing each time that the city is self-insured. The city also took issue with Crump stating that they had no interest in bankrupting the city, and that anyone who claimed differently was engaging in fear-mongering. But it was plaintiff's counsel who, on June 5, 2023, stated that he intends to bankrupt the city of Memphis through this litigation. The filing reads, on June 5, 2023, the filing continued. At a celebration of Tyre Nichols' 30th birthday at Fourth Bluff Park in Memphis, Tennessee, Ben Crump stated, we've got to make sure that every time they kill us unjustly, that we bankrupt them to the point that they won't kill our children anymore, Crump said. And so the people are going to try to send the message to not only police in Memphis, Tennessee, but police all across America, that you cannot afford to kill our children anymore. The city asked for 3 sanctions to be placed on Crump and his team due to these statements. For the court to order Crump to issue a correction explaining that he knew those statements were false when he made them and that they were intended to mislead people. The city also asked for this correction to confirm that they do not have any insurance that would cover the awarding of any damages. For Crump to be forced to take down the original message from their websites, social media platforms, and any other platform where it might turn up. For the court to order Crump and the other members of the Nichols family's legal team to not make knowingly false statements to the public about the litigation.
So y'all hear that? All right, so let's go ahead and read up on what it's saying here now. According to Memphis, Tennessee, it says that the city of Memphis has asked the court for sanctions against lawyers representing Tyre Nichols' family in the civil suit against the city and the Memphis Police Department, court documents show. Now, according to the filings, the city asked for the sanctions against the statement that was released by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is representing the Nichols family, on the posters the posters that have been posted throughout the city calling for vigilism against the officers who were acquitted of Tyre Nichols' unaliving. Now, it says that though the city clarified that their issue was not with the lawyer's statement denouncing the posters, but the statements made regarding the upcoming civil suit, okay? Because, you know, they still have to find out if they're going to be what federal charges, well, what time they're going to be getting on the Fed counts. Okay, so the city's filings claims that some of the statements Crump made in the last paragraph of the release are false. And that Crump knew that they were false when he made them. Now, specifically, the city had an issue with Crump claiming that the city has municipal insurance to prevent itself from going bankrupt if Nichols' family is awarded the $550 million for which they've sued for. Now, they're saying that this is false, and the plaintiff's counsel knew this statement was false when the statement was made. The sanction filing reads. Now, it says that the city goes on to state that they were required to provide Crump with any insurance agreement that they had that might be able to satisfy the terms of a possible judgment in the lawsuit. It says that the city also said that they've done this 3 separate times, showing each time that the city is self-insured. Okay. Now, it goes on to say that the city also took issue with Crump stating that they had no interest in bankrupting the city and that anyone who claimed differently was engaging in fear mongering. But it was plaintiff counsel who on June 5th of 2023 stated that he intends to bankrupt the city of Memphis through the litigation, according to the filings. Now, it says it on June 5th of 2023. The filing continues, says that at a celebration of Tyre Nichols' 30th birthday at 4th Bluff Park in Memphis, Tennessee, according to Ben Crump, and they're saying that he said that we've got to make sure that every time they unalive us unjustly, that we bankrupt them to the point that they won't unalive our children anymore. This is what Ben Crump said, according to them. And they're saying that, and so that the people are going to try to send this message not only to police in Memphis, Tennessee, but police all across America, says that you cannot afford to unalive our children anymore. Okay. Now, they're saying that the city asked for the 3 sanctions to be placed on Crump and his team due to these statements. Number 1, it says for the court to order Crump to issue a correction explaining that he knew those statements were false when he made them and that they were intended to mislead people. It says that the city also asked for the correction to confirm that they do not have insurance that would cover the awarding of any damages. Now, number 2 states that for Crump to be forced to take down the original message from their website, social media platforms, and any other platform where it might turn up. Number 3 goes on to say that for the court to order Crump and the other members of the Nichols family legal team to not make knowingly false statements to the public about the litigation. Okay. Crump be doing the most. When I tell you he be in everybody, he has everybody's case. I keep saying his caseload is too big. Like, sir, you are misstepping here just a little bit. You don't want to mess around and F up the chances of Tyre Nichols' family getting that money. $550 million they needed because their son was unalived unjustly by police officers who were hired to protect and serve. At the end of the day, Crump, you might want to back down. You might want to comply so you don't mess around and mess up this money, okay? Don't mess up the church's money in this situation. But that's the update on that, you guys, okay? We ain't going to stay on this long. As you guys can see, I played it for you. I read it to you. If you guys want to see more about this, you can go to Fox 13 Memphis News staff, okay? 18 hours ago, they just posted an update. So that's the update. As you guys can see, Ben Crump is representing the Tyre Nichols family, all right? For the what kind of case is it? For them to sue the city. Okay, we'll say it that way. All right, moving on, child. Let's stop sharing and get on to the next topic. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy hump day to everybody. I see you, schoolboy, in the building. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's move on. Ciao. All right. Got some Halle Bailey news updates, child. I'm about sick of them. I told y'all this morning I am tired of Halle Bailey and I'm tired of DDG. But we got some news that we got to update you guys on because, child, they are still out here getting on my damn nerves. All right, so Halle Bailey wants sole custody of baby Halo, which she shares with DDG, and requests that the court order to prevent child abduction due to DDG's alleged abuse and threats. Says that he's hidden Halo before, so it sounds like he's come to get the baby before and not told her the location of the child, and she's afraid that during this charge that she put on him for this restraining order that it may provoke him to maybe get the baby and not give the baby back or tell her where said child is. Y'all know she is a first-time mom, and she's trying to protect her child, of course. She's very protective. I know DDG was saying in a few videos that sometimes when a baby is sick, she won't allow him to come over to the house or even come to get the baby, which I don't know why you want to take the baby from its mom. If the baby is sick, let the baby be nursed back to health and then come and visit. So he's been speaking out. Of course, they both love the child, but at the end of the day, I think DDG needs to take a break. According to the restraining order, from what I saw, is that Halle has the restraining order against DDG for her and for her son. So he's not allowed to be within so many feet of Halle or the child right now until they figure this situation out. But while the restraining order is in place, she has now also requested sole custody of their son. All right. So she's going to be, I guess, calling the shots if that's going to be granted. All right. So let's read into what it's saying. According to court documents obtained by People, shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, all right? Halle Bailey is requesting sole legal and physical custody of their son, whom she shares with ex-boyfriend DDG. Now, it says that she's also asking the court for an order to prevent child abduction, stating that DDG has a history of abusing her, has taken or hidden Halo from her, and has threatened to take or hide him again, and has refused to cooperate with her in parenting. That's a scary situation. Now, in addition, Halle is requesting that DDG be granted only supervised visits with Halo once a week for 6 hours through a professional agency while the child is in Los Angeles. It says that she also wants the court to prevent him from taking Halo outside of Los Angeles as well. So as you guys can see, they are fighting. Every single thing that's going on between them, every update that they have going on in this case, they are putting it out in social media. So as I get updates, you guys will as well. So this is not getting any pretty, and I feel like DDG is crashing out. Let's go ahead and get this next post up that I found. Okay, this is why he's crashing out. I kind of hinted on it this morning, but we're going to go ahead and clarify that so y'all can see it in real time. All right. All right, coming up on my screen, Halle just left vacation hunting with her new man. Halle got a new man. So, of course, DDG is crashing out. As I told you guys this morning, he made a post where he said that he is not looking to date anymore until he turns 40, that his main focus is on his child, and that Halle Bailey will be his number one female in his life until, you know, he decides to move on to someone else. But for now, his focus is on his child, and Halle will remain the number one female. But now that he see that she has another man in her life, and Halle has also taken their son on vacation with this new guy, this gives why DDG could be upset and crashing out and taking his anger out on Halle. Okay, so they said Halle Bailey took her toddler on vacation with her new man, Brent Fayaz, while DDG can't see his son. So she's preventing him from seeing his child and has petitioned through the courts to keep him from the child. And if he gets to see the child, that it would only be through supervised visitation. But DDG is upset because he's seeing her on vacation and posting pictures on social media with her new man and his child right there with her and the new man. So this is the Halle Bailey and Brent, Fayaz, fans connecting the dots after a cozy vacation cruise. All right. So what y'all think about that? So she is dating. It has been leaked that she is dating. She has a new man, Brent Fayaz, and DDG is crashing out and becoming a little, a little violent. Got a little Ike Turner in his system behind Halle Bailey moving on after he has announced that he's going to lay low on dating or bringing women around and just focus on being a father to Halo, while Halle Bailey's like, fuck that. I'm about to start dating, child. Matter of fact, I got a new man. So she out here on her Cardi B, child, and moved on. What y'all think about that? Child. Now she's free to do what she want to do. If they're not together anymore, she can date whoever she wants to date. They're not married. They're just co-parenting. So if she wants to move on and get her a man, child, yes. I don't want to be with nobody who feel like they can slam my head in no damn steering wheel and he's doing the most. But that could be why he's crashing out. So we'll see. I will keep my ears to the streets on this. As I get updates, I will then send those on over to you. All right. Child. All right, let's see what Scuba said. Scuba says she was on vacation with her sister. LOL says that he let the chipmunk academics gas. A little bit. Yeah. So maybe the sister was there, but as you guys can see, old boy was there too. All right. Her new man was in the picture too. So maybe it was like a little family little situation, and maybe she brought the sister as like a little decoy to say, hey, it's really not a boo vacation because my sister was here, but y'all know what it is. and I'm not saying that Halle is totally innocent in this. I feel like she might be pulling his chain a little bit, be like, look, I got a new nigga, and yeah, you want to play with me like this? Look, and he finer than you, and you know how women do, child. We can be a little petty sometimes, okay? Yeah, honey, mommy got a hell of a life too. I just told y'all this morning, honey, the way to get over a man is to get under him, get under a new one. Get over a man by getting under a new one, okay? Yeah, girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what you gotta do. All right, she's single and she's young. She's a beautiful girl. She got her own money. She don't need him. So do what you gotta do, child. All right, let's move on. Y'all know we've been following this Cassie and Diddy case, Lord. Well, this Diddy case where Cassie has been doing her testimonies. It's been a little cringe, okay? Today, let me go ahead and put up my banner, child, because I already know what it's gonna be given, Lord. I done read through it and I said, Jesus, 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 precious Lord. Take my hand, honey, and lead me away from this Diddy case, because, baby, it's a lot. Child, I need to call my therapist this week. If I keep reading these damn testimonies, my God, I need to go and make me an appointment with my therapist right quick for my ass be over here crazy. Jesus, okay. Yes, child. P. Diddy, child. Said P. Diddy literally right over here with the golden showers, child. Lord have mercy. Child, I'm surprised Cassie's still alive after all the things that she's testified to. My God, I cannot imagine. So for those of you that may be triggered, this may be a good time for you to maybe drop down until we get done talking about this Diddy situation. If you're okay with it, fine. I would love for you to stay, but this is okay. It's a little cringe, and I'm going to try to be creative as I read through these because some of this stuff is a little out there. Okay, Diddy is a very sick individual, and the motherfucker needs to be under the prison. Do you hear me? I ain't talking about in, I'm talking about under. There needs to be a secret door where they take his ass underneath the prison through that secret door and leave his ass under there. Because this bitch do not need to be around society at all. He don't need to be around people with the type of shit that we're getting ready to hear about that he was involved in. Okay. Oh my God. Let's go. All right. So the Cassie says, all right, this is another day of testimony. Cassie says that she had sores on her tongue and UTIs after Diddy's freak offs. All right. Y'all brace yourself, honey. Lord, let's get into it. All right. So also, okay, says that how would you recover from a freak off? All right. These are questions asked to Cassie, and she's responding. Ventura is Cassie. All right. So Ventura says, I take opiates. Says that I wanted to feel numb. Said that we'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would cook us something after having these 4-day freak offs. Okay. So also then said that how often did you take opiates after these freak offs? So Ventura then Cassie Ventura then says often. She says that I got UTIs after the fact. Okay. I bet you would if it's multiple people coming in, especially people you don't know, strangers, ill. So also then says that were the UTIs painful? Cassie responded by saying very, and antibacterials didn't work anymore. So also then asked, how did it feel during freak offs? Cassie responded by saying burning. I would not advise it. So also then asked, let's read this out loud. Says that Ventura says that I have all these sores on my tongue. I have another UTI. Okay, this is what they're reading. Y'all brace yourself. Sorry if it's getting a little. So also then asked Cassie, what sores? Ventura, which is Cassie, then says friction in my mouth. She said that then also then asked from what? Cassie then responds by saying the oral. Also then asked, you said another UTI, then sad face emoji. Then Ventura, which is Cassie, says that I was open with him about them, meaning the sores and the UTIs. Also then asked, so do you feel sick? Ventura, which is Cassie, says, why are you sorry? Says that I took the blame for things. All right. This is so sad. That's the update, guys, on that. So it says that Cassie and Diddy recovered from freak offs with IV fluids, massages, and food opiates to disassociate. Says that she often got painful UTIs, antibacterial, stopped working sores on her tongue from so much of the oral transactions. Okay. Says that he made her have sex while on her cycle with sores on her tongue and a UTI. Says the DM to be posted next. Wow. That is so, yeah. prayers to her. That has to be a lot of psychological still connected to that. I mean, do I feel like you could ever really totally get over this? I know it has to be triggering for her to be sitting in court directly across from him, having to testify and relive this situation, all while she's 8.5 months pregnant, dealing with this. This has to be a lot. She's very strong. I just say that. She's very strong. She's very brave to go to court and have to see this person who's abused her for over a decade, and relive all of the heinous things that she dealt with while being with him. And thank God that she's able to bear children, and they're healthy and they're beautiful after all the trauma that her body received from being around Diddy and having these multiple freak-offs with total strangers that these people were pulling up on Craigslist and inviting to hotels. My God, prayers to her, prayers to everybody involved. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some other people that's going to come forward to testify of maybe being trafficked or having something to do with being trafficked by Diddy as well. But Cassie, she really went through a lot, as you guys can see. They also released the unedited version of the hotel video that everyone has seen on CNN. For those of you that want to see it, where did I think TMZ may have it. I think Shade Room, I saw it over there as well. Of course, I cannot play it on here because it's too gruesome, but you guys can go over there. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. As much as I can share on here, we will share that. Okay. But let's move on, because that's kind of dark. I don't like that. But I did promise that I would keep you guys informed. All right. Prayers. All right, let's get into this next thing. As you guys know, Tamar Braxton sat down with Nene Leakes to do an interview and, of course, to throw shade, as she always does. We're going to get into this shade because she shaded Loni Love, who bothers nobody, okay? And she also shaded Kandi Burruss. So let's get into this situation that she had to say about Kandi, because Tamar keeps Kandi's name in her mouth, okay? She does. She really does. So Tamar has a message. Tamar with a message for Kandi says that we don't have a problem with you, that we are not jealous of you, but you got to be a better person. It's not fair to other people following our careers, knowing that you are doing things behind the scenes, knowing that you are lying on people. So obviously you guys know that Tamar and Kandi have had some words and some altercations back in the day. And most recently, y'all know they used to be on that reality show together as well. And Tamar, she's thrown her subliminals and shade, and so has Kandi. Kandi's responded to some things as well. Tamar's the type of person that's annoying as fuck and don't let nothing go, and that's why people don't like her. I keep saying if she can only just sing and leave all that other petty mess alone, she would be a great person. She would be likable. And I feel like the reason that she is that way is what's keeping her from being so great in music. It's sad for her to be this talented and don't even have a Grammy. She's one of the better singers out of her sisters, and she don't even have a Grammy. I don't feel like people really want to deal with Tamar like that. I feel like she is more tolerated than celebrated, if you get what I'm saying. But let's get into what was said, because she sat down with Nene Leakes and she had this to say about Kandi. Let's go. Shout out to Bravo Shade Room.
Kandi, what's your problem?
Kandi, if you're watching, and we know you're watching, the thing is this: we don't have an issue with you. We're not jealous of you. We actually celebrate your success. No, seriously, but you got to be a better person. And the reason why you got to be a better person is because it's not fair to the people who have been following our careers, knowing that you are doing things behind the scenes, knowing that you are lying on people. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. Because we like you, we cheerlead for you. Y'all got black love. You know, we're happy for you. It has nothing to do with that. But for you to deliberately use the public's opinion to manipulate them into thinking that people are really coming after you when we're not, that's not right. And for you to sit back and, because you have the public's opinion, because it's so easy, because of the character you have created on Housewives and things like that, to fall into that, that's not fair, because you know I didn't do nothing to you. I apologize to that girl.
Not fair for your damn wig to be pushed this far back, and your baby hair is where your hairline should be. That ain't fair either. Why I got to go through that? Okay? Why I got to go through sitting here looking at your damn wig so far back and this damn fake ass baby hair with all that damn gel on there? Why is her hair so bad? You looking like Carlos King sitting up here. Why your hairline back there like Stevie Wonder? Okay. Ribbon in the sky. All right,
girl, in that conversation 15 times.
I would love to sit down with Kandi.
Ciao, bye.
Well, I'm not sitting down with her until she tells the people.
I would love to sit down with Kandi.
I'm not, because it's
I
not
said
fair.
I would love to sit down.
Oh, that's
with
great.
Kandi.
I'm not sitting down until she says, hey, Party people, I lied, and now we can sit down.
No, ma'am.
Because I want to know why.
And Kandi, what's your problem?
Kandi, if you're watching, and you know you're watching, the thing is this: we don't have an issue with you. We're not.
You absolutely have an issue with her because every time you sit down and do an interview, Kandi's name just pop up out of nowhere. I mean, damn, do you say her name in your sleep when you snoring at night? It's so weird. Why you got her name in your mouth when you keep this girl? Like, get over it. Kandi ain't out there, ain't even thinking about you. She over there making plays. She over there with Tyre having her good old swingers and threesomes and situations. She over there singing all key, sounding like a billy goat, not even thinking about your ass. Every man wants a woman. She over there on that, not even thinking about you. And your ass sitting over there having an interview with her with your damn hairline pushed back. Get off my screen. Let me windmill on her ass right quick. All right. I had to swing on Tamar right quick because she's doing the fucking most. All right. Let's move on because she won't done, child. She had something to say about Loni Love. And I like Loni because Loni do not bother nobody, okay? So ever since they were on the show The Real, here go Tamar since her ass got fired. Now she want to throw shade because Loni and them still got a job and she down. That's all it is. But you know that's how people be, child. They can't get over it. But anywho and anyway, let's move on, child, and get on into this shade today. All right. Shout out to the girls are fighting because baby, they are. The girls are girling. You hear me? All right. So let's get into Tamar and her hairline pushback girl like Stevie Wonder over here. All right. Do you really want to? All right. That's her. Let's go.
And creating the show. That's why I'm saying I wish she would have told me that because I wouldn't have cast Big Back Cadillac.
I'm finna get ready to leave.
That's so wrong.
You probably would be in our 10th season by now.
I don't like how you just read Loni down. Now you do not call Loni Love, okay? Loni is like the auntie. Loni is like the real auntie out here. Where you calling her Big Back Cadillac? See, people can say that about your lopsided nostrils. See, now when K Michelle came up and threw there and read your nostrils for filth and called your ass a muppet, you was crying on TV. Now you want to be up and calling Loni Big Back. So the fuck, what if she like 24 pieces of chicken? So what? At least she got a job and you don't. At least she got a hairline and you down. You got to comb your shit forward. And she can comb hers back. Okay, what you jealous of, Tamar? What you jealous of? Damn. Go home and take your face off. I think Tamar take her face off at night when she go home. She done had some of the fucking surgeries. I feel like you take your face off at night when you go to bed. Like you take your damn wig off. All right, let's continue. Piss me off.
Thanks. Ain't that dumb?
Ah.
Red, I can't stand your laugh.
And that's no shade.
So Tamar, Big Back Cadillac. What happened?
How did that get so big?
I don't know. But what happened, Tamar?
How your mouth get so big?
Because so when we say Big Back Cadillac, who are we talking about?
The person you just named.
Oh, so Loni ended up being the person in the place of where I think that's what I think. I'm just assuming now. They came to me with the contract for The Real, and then I ultimately did not do it.
I don't understand that.
Well, and when I go back,
Bravo not let you do
I
it.
think it was Loni. I could have been wrong, but you just put me on to something thinking like we had two big personality. But I don't think because they knew you were coming from the jump.
They knew that. They built the show.
I always thought it was Loni. I always thought it was Loni.
So she tell the people that
You and Vince pitched this. How did this go?
did.
How did this?
wow,
Wow, Tamar.
and creating the show. That's why I'm saying I wish she would have told me that because I wouldn't have cast Big Back Cadillac.
I'm finna get ready to leave.
Baby. So now she's saying that she wished that they would have told her way sooner, honey, when they was putting the show The Real together, casting people, that she wouldn't have casted Big Back Cadillac. She talking about Loni. So now you got a problem with Loni because Loni won't kiss your ass. Now you want to be sitting up in interviews reading Loni and Loni. I ain't never seen Loni talk about you, and I follow Loni. I ain't never seen Loni do no interviews talking about you. I ain't heard her mention your nostrils or your 87 facelifts. I ain't never heard her do that. But here you are over there with Nene. Both of y'all look like y'all take y'all faces off at night. But yeah, here you are over here with Nene with her non-interviewing ass, throwing shade at Loni. So the fuck, what if she like a buffet a time or two a day? You can stand and eat a few more pieces of chicken too, Tamar. Okay? Because you can't keep a man quiet as kept. And the ones that you do have, child, they be out here cheating on you. So get into that. What that feel like? Moving on. Ciao, bye. Ciao, bye. Somebody just Loni, if you see this message, honey, Loni, transfer that read to me so that I can send it on over to Tamar, because I can read her down. I can go ahead and get you together, Tamar, because you really irk the shit out of me sometimes with your mouth. And that's why your sisters don't like your ass, okay? Yeah, don't none of your sisters like you, and your mama just tolerates your ass. I don't even think your son like you, because every time we see him, he at your mama house. But let's move on. Sick of her ass. All right, so let's get into this update with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey. Okay, we got a little update. Y'all know that the rapping leprechaun, honey, aka Tory Lanez, is still down there in the prison, girl, serving them 10 years that his ass is serving for pow and allegedly Megan Thee Stallion. But now there seems to be an update. Y'all know who Kelsey Nichols is. She was there as well. I feel like they were jealous because they were saying that Tory was sleeping with Megan and something else was going on with Kelsey. I don't know. Maybe it was, because he had just got done sleeping with one of the Kardashians over there at the Kardashian or the Kardashians, the Horkashians, whatever you want to call their asses. Okay. Over there at their house. I think it was, what's the child, Kylie? He was messing with Kylie, and it was a little jealousy going on there. But then they had like a little altercation in the car, and a pow occurred in some type of neighborhood, and now Tory's ass is in jail. Now, as we know, I think they said that Kelsey may have perjured herself on the stand, because we heard a nice little jail call where Tory was admitting and saying that he apologized for doing what he did to Megan. So I don't know. Let's get into what is being said. Now, it says ex-bodyguard reveals that Kelsey fired at Megan Thee Stallion, honey, and clears Tory Lanez, says that he protected her and demands a pardon. I feel like some money was exchanged for this right here. I feel like this is total bullshit, because why was this not brought out in the trial? Why are we hearing about this now? If that's the case, why you didn't have that energy when they had the trial? Why you didn't get up there and testify for Tory so his ass wouldn't be serving his time in jail? I feel like this is so convenient now, after we just heard that a day ago that Tory Lanez was starved up to 4 times or so. Okay, and that he almost didn't make it. So now y'all trying to figure out how to get him the hell up out of there, because old boy that did the starving in the prison down there is serving life, and he ain't never gonna be getting out, and he is on Tory's ass. So now y'all out here making up shit and putting out statements trying to get him pardoned, and trying to say that Kelsey is the one that did it. Now y'all trying to get Kelsey. How much money y'all pay Kelsey to say she did that bullshit, to get Tory out, honey, the little leprechaun running around the jail like that with his little Nikes on, from old boy in the prison is trying to get his little ass. Okay. Let's get into it.
Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover.
Ooh,
not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do.
The lies.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm, Gunshots came from the passenger side.
Lies.
Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. It is Unite the People's Understanding, regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that. Anybody who's there, the DNA is taken. Another irregularity.
Sure.
Why, at Miss Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member record company executive allowed to participate? Highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do.
Boo.
At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Gianno Caldwell, media member who was working on that op-ed for the New York Post. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning. Thank you for coming today. My name is Gianno Caldwell. That is spelled Gianno, Caldwell, Caldwell. I am the founder of the Caldwell Institute
Are you related to Andrew Caldwell? If so, I don't want to hear from you.
for Public Safety at caldwellinstitute.org. I am also a member of the press for almost a decade now. I've been looking into Daystar Peterson's case for almost 6 months now, professionally known as Tory Lanez. And after reviewing the evidence, the reporting, and the legal analysis, I've come to the conclusion that Tory Lanez was railroaded by the former district attorney, George Gascon. He was also wrongly convicted. I believe if Jesus Christ was Tory Lanez's attorney, George Gascon would do whatever in his power to ensure that Tory Lanez lost that case. Tory Lanez's defense team have alleged the withholding of exculpatory evidence, prosecutorial misconduct, among other issues that I was compelled to write an opinion piece for the New York Post. It is true that last week, the New York Post editors reached out to 3 parties, one being George Gascon, Megan Pete's team, and Kelsey Harris. It is also true that Megan's team was the only ones that responded back for that request for comment. I had some glaring questions, and that was the reason for this op-ed. Things didn't make any sense to me, many issues in this case, and I was shocked by the lack of interest from the media to ask very simple questions. There were multiple people with gunshot residue on their hands that night. Why didn't all individuals have the residue tested, their DNA tested on the weapon? That's a legitimate question. According to the prosecution, Tory was excluded from the clip of the gun. And according to Tory's defense team, they said DNA analysis showed that there was a 0.01% chance that Tory touched the actual gun itself.
Lies.
Another piece that stood out to me, the call that the prosecution alleged Tory made confessing to a crime. I listened to that call. I'm sure many of you have as well. I didn't hear a confession. But what really shocked me about it is if my best friend was shot maliciously by someone just 2 to 3 hours before, I wouldn't have answered the call, or if I did, I wouldn't calmly have a conversation with the individual of it. And certainly I would ask, why did you shoot my friend? And more importantly, I would never have given you my current location out of fear of you finishing the job. That was something that stood out to me. I also, in my op-ed, discussed Kelsey Harris pleading the Fifth Amendment. She wasn't accused of anything by Megan Pete or the police, and to my knowledge, she wasn't under any investigation. So why plead the Fifth? What also shocked me is the prosecution gave her immunity. For what? What did she do? Is there an allegation of her doing something? I'm not aware of that. Maybe some of you can answer that question today. During the time of trial, George Gascon, just to take you back to where we were at that particular point, he had just barely won a recall attempt. He lost support in many key demographics of voters. Crime was up in Los Angeles County. And this case would have been a silver bullet for him potentially winning.
Okay, this ain't gonna work because Megan already said that she saw Tory pointing at her and pow-powing at her. So how the fuck y'all gonna say that Kelsey did it now? Why y'all trying to put it on Kelsey? And let's not forget, in the case, it was already said that Kelsey was offered $1 million to say she did it. Y'all don't forget. Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget that during the case, the trial, that it was said and revealed that Kelsey was offered, I want to say $1 million, maybe $2 million to take the fall for this situation so that Tory would not be locked up. But Megan said on the stand that she saw Tory pointing at her and pow-powing at her. So now how is it that everybody else is coming in after, coincidentally, Tory Lanez done been starved up in the jail? Now everybody's trying to come and twist this situation around when Kelsey even said she ain't had nothing to do with it. She ain't do it. She didn't see who did it. Now all of a sudden she did it. Whatever happened to the video, and I'm gonna have to now try to pull it up, where Tory said on the jail phone call, "I'm sorry for what I did to Megan." So if you're sorry for what you did to her, why is it now coming out that Kelsey is the one that did it? I'm not understanding this. This makes no sense. It's a lie somewhere, and I feel like they're trying to do this little switcheroo and get Tory out because now that he's afraid, he probably scared as hell because this dude is after him is very heavily gang affiliated up in there. And like I said, he's been given a life sentence, so that means he got nothing to lose. He ain't never, ever, ever getting out with no parole, none of that. He just in there till he gone. So Tory is afraid, and they're using this as a means to try to get him out. Throw his ass in the hole like any other prisoner who is in there that committed a fucking crime. Throw him in the hole. Throw him in the hole. Keep him in there. Put him where y'all put celebrities when y'all don't want people to get to them. Why he gets special preferential treatment? I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Let's continue.
His policies obviously were bad and people were harmed. So that didn't happen, and thank God it didn't happen. At the heart of this injustice is the misuse of gun enhancement charges, a sentencing tool intended for the most dangerous and violent offenders. In Tory Lanez's case, these enhancements were not supported by evidence. But George Gascon, interestingly enough, who is someone who regularly would drop enhancements or not recommend them, chose to provide enhancements to Tory. And in his case, in any given situation, according to legal analysts I've spoken with, he would do 1 or 3 years if he did it without the enhancement. That's interesting. Why did George Gascon choose to pursue these enhancements? You know, there's cases I've been looking through which George Gascon has pursued, many in which he utilized these enhancements. A couple come to mind that I would like to reference here. One, Raymond Danger Gonzalez, a Mexican mafia gang member involved in a premeditated murder of 2 young men in 2017. Despite the brutality of the crime, Gascon did recommend enhancements. You premeditated murdered a teenager and another individual.
So what Tory did wasn't premeditated? So what Tory did to Megan was not premeditated, because Megan said she saw Tory pow-powing at her. So if she saw the person pow-powing at her, how are we switching this around now to say that Kelsey did it? And Kelsey said that she ain't never had it on her. There was no pow-pow residue on her hands. So hello, but there was some on Tory. So how did residue get on your hands if you never touched the weapon? That's what I want to know. Okay, for those of you that have ever fired a pow-pow, and I just know it because I go to the range and I know how that shit works. It's gonna be on your clothes, it's gonna be on your body, it's gonna be on your hair if you are pow-pow. That's just how the shit works. So when they did your hands with the little thing, you had it on there. You had it on you, Tory. You had it on you. Kelsey didn't have shit on her. So here we go with this again. Now I got to go find the video of Tory. Hold on. Y'all ain't about to play in my damn face. Let me see, can I find this damn video? Give me 1 second. Because they playing in my damn face. Let's see. Hold on. The devil is a lie. All right, so I think I found it. Tory Lanez calls Kelsey Harris from the LAPD jail after Megan Thee Stallion incident. Let's listen, shall we? Yes, we shall. They ain't about to play in my damn face. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Street TV, because that's where we're looking at it. All right, y'all ready? Let's go.
Free call from
Tory.
an inmate at LAPD jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call, thank you for using Telmate.
Hello.
Hey.
Y'all got out safe and everything.
Huh?
Y'all got out and everything. Y'all good?
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About what?
You said what?
You're listening to Street
I
TV.
said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever,
Yeah.
bro. But regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
You're listening to Street TV.
I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got
He says, I can't take back what I did to her, and I'm sorry. I was too drunk, bro. He said, I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying, okay? He said he had too much to drink. Now, nowhere in this damn video have we heard yet where Kelsey said, nah, I'm the one that pow-powed her. Tory is apologizing for what he did to Megan. Y'all hear this? Are y'all hearing this? Let's continue.
to the house, shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't even there with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro. I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, no, I didn't even. I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
it's like, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Quan's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Quan and tell this nigga, bruh, you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get. Because it's already on. Like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out.
but like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this. So,
Yeah, but like, niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the thing.
No, what'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
You're listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But no,
I'll let you know.
Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
I never would have did that shit if I wasn't that drunk.
The level of damage.
Y'all hear that? That's what he said.
This is
I
a
never would have done that shit if I wasn't that drunk. And then he said at the beginning of the video, I know she ain't gonna never forgive me for this shit, man. If you see her, tell her that I said I'm sorry. Nowhere did Kelsey on this video say, no, what you sorry for? I'm the one that pow her. What you apologizing for? I'm the one that did it. Nowhere did she say that. Tory was apologizing. Tory was saying, hey, can y'all get me out of here? Like, nigga, I ain't about that shit ain't about to fly. That shit is not about to fly. So, Tory, stay your ass in there and serve them 10 years. Nobody told you to do that. And then we're not going to use that you were too drunk, because as a grown-up, you should be able to control your liquor. If you that damn drunk when you just out here on your Rambo Tackleberry bullshit, then you need to be sitting your ass up in jail. I'm sorry. You just not responsible. You just not responsible. Okay. Now, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. How many more topics we got? Okay, just 2 more. All right, so let's get on into the next one. Because Drew Sidora child is airing out Ralph. Now, y'all know Ralph done aired her out, telling everybody that she was messing around with Ty Young, and that's why he divorced her ass. Now, Drew is talking too. All right, y'all know it's going to be a back and forth. So let's entertain it, y'all. Y'all put in there what y'all think about that Tory Lanez situation too, because, baby, I knew that was some bullshit. When I saw that, I was like, girl, bye. All right. Goodbye, little leprechaun. Tory like he been on played in the Wizard of Oz, one of them little leprechauns child running around there talking about we represent the lollipop guild. Y'all remember? Tory. Sit down, little leprechaun, okay? You ain't getting out no time soon. I know you scared, but do your time, all right? Go down there to the hole and sit down on your little bench. All right, so Drew Sidora, child, let's get into her. Drew Sidora says Ralph Pittman has brought women to the basement, child. Well, that's where he stayed. Where's he supposed to bring them? You up top, he on the bottom. Y'all agreed to stay in the same vicinity, in the same house, he in the damn basement. So if he down there knocking boots in the basement, knocking shit over, okay, with somebody's legs into the moon, how your legs was when you was with Ty up over there, girl, stay out his damn business, okay? You should have moved your ass up out of there, got your kids moved out. So now you got to hear Ralph down there in the basement. Oh, Ralph. Okay, yeah, you got to hear that now. So let's get into it.
What's up with you and the guy that's living in your basement?
Oh,
y'all,
that's
I heard so many things. I think, is he dating one of your friends, or did he have a baby by somebody? Or
what?
Is y'all back dating? What's going on?
You got some tea I ain't never heard before.
I'm asking.
What's word on the street talk?
Well, word on the street is he got one of your cast members pregnant. Then they said he got a stripper pregnant. Then they said he got you pregnant. But you don't look pregnant at all.
Not now. That was like years ago. We have
so that ain't recently happened.
No.
Okay,
no.
But he's still living in the basement.
Yes, we have a court order where he was sentenced to the basement while we go through our divorce.
Do he get to bring girls to the basement?
He has brought females to the basement.
He bold.
Yeah, because we have a security gate, and so I did get the manifesto from the gate, and there were women that I did not know that were at my home.
What's up with you and the guy that's living in your basement?
You got that little manifesto while he was down in the basement manifesting. Okay, yeah, girl. Ralph said, hey, Ralph got to get some love down here too. He like, look, Drew, you don't want to be married no more. Let me go on down here and knock some boots right quick, okay? And he tell his little PYT, don't you yell too loud now because my wife upstairs. That has to be awkward, okay? Inviting women over and got to tell you, girl, she can't holler too loud because Drew ass up there with a cup to the damn door like this right here trying to hear who down there and what they doing in the basement. You know she be doing that shit. Ralph be down there on the phone, saying the same shit he used to say to her when he was trying to pull her ass. Drew gonna be up there with that cup, child, up to the damn door like this, like, who he talking to? Oh, I know he didn't tell her that shit because he used to say that to me. Hold on. Oh, I know this motherfucker didn't. That's her on the door, listening to Ralph talking his shit to them women. Now the nigga done had him coming through the gate to the damn marital home. Ain't that something? Down in the damn basement. Drew, you can't feel no type of way because you cheating too, according to what they said, girl. All right, but hey, let Ralph be out here Ralphing, child. Ralph is Ralphing. All right, so let's move on, honey, because we don't care no more. Y'all chose to stay in that effed up situation, so I ain't gonna care more than you. Moving on, because I don't care no more. Moving on, child. Let's get into this last topic about Xscape, honey. They talk about how it was. The Xscape is talking about how it is not working with Latasha or the toxic Scott, honey, after that damn money was stolen. Let's get into that, child, because y'all know the toxic stole that money from her damn sister, that 30-something thousand, and she ain't paid it back yet. But what she is doing is on stage, child, any type of stage she can get on, doing 137 runs on these people's stages out here. Them 90s runs her ass still doing out here. But she damn sure ain't ran that money. She doing them runs, but she sure ain't gonna run that money up over there to her sister. But let's get into it.
Hesitant on our side, every last one of us.
I'm not gonna allow people to get me out my zone.
Shout out to TMV Productions.
On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
If we're gonna work together again, I mean, we probably right now we can't see it.
When the cameras went off, what happened? It was just lies. Like when I walked in, my sister she did not want to work that out.
I definitely feel like everybody think Tiny's sweet, but Tiny will cuss you up
in a heartbeat.
Everybody was hesitant on our side, every last one of us.
I'm not gonna allow people to get me out my zone.
On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name
Y'all hear that?
and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
If we're gonna work together again, I mean, we probably right now we can't see it.
When the cameras went off, what happened? It was just lies. Like when I walked in, my sister she did not want to work that out.
I definitely feel like everybody think Tiny's sweet, but Tiny will cuss you up
in a heartbeat.
Everybody was hesitant.
Y'all hear that? So they said little Tiny cuss you on out, but obviously you guys see that Xscape, they're still moving on. They're still touring and doing what they're doing, child, without La Toxic. She's on her own tour, doing her own music since the group don't want her ass back up over there because she still ain't paid that money and she be still acting real funny. I don't want her ass around either because she is very funny acting. When I saw her on that reality show that they had with SWV, I was like, hell no, I wouldn't deal with her ass at all. Because she just have a real stank attitude and they were just really, really trying to kiss her ass to make it work. But it just comes a time when you just got to let people go. And just don't even fool with her because she just ain't going to do right. She doing interviews talking crazy about y'all. She's still talking crazy about Kandi. I keep feeling like she won't let that shit go with Kandi because her husband initially wanted Kandi and not her because he saw her as a little ugly duckling. But, she started singing them 3,700 runs in his ears. And he said, hey, I'll go on and take you, girl, because Kandi won't take me, okay? Because Kandi was freaking the group. But her husband, went on over there with her because Latasha was doing all them damn runs in his ear. And that's how they got together. But that is it, and that is all for this show. I hope y'all enjoyed. I had to give y'all the updates on what was going on, child. I'm gonna try to hit y'all again. So what is it? So this shit ain't got nothing on it. Child, schoolboy. Said what too? She is on like a little tour. I saw the other day where she was up there singing Who Can I Run To by herself. I said, girl, why is you saying Who Can I Run To by yourself? You better run to that damn bank and go pay that money. That's where you can run to, okay? That's what I told her ass. And I stand here contemplating. I was like, child, on the right thing to decide. I was like, ooh, baby, no, okay? No. We don't want to hear that shit. All right, but that's it, girl. Yes, honey, she on a little tour singing Who Can I Run To by herself, girl, while Xscape is over there singing the same damn song in the group. I said, Lord, the people is tired, okay? We tired of y'all shit. Get y'all ish together, okay? But that's it, guys. They doing the most. I'm sick of Xscape. If y'all gonna break up, she gonna be in the group. She's a one-woman group now, okay? Toxic Sky is a one-woman group, child, on tour by herself. And then she's saying background, sing with me. And she looked back there and Tyre and them ain't back there no more. But that's what she's doing, girl. Okay. Yeah, she be saying background, sing with me. And she looked back there and Tyre and them on their own tour. I was like, bitch, really? All right. But anywho, y'all, that's it. Yeah, girl, she ain't got no backup. She ain't got a backup. She ain't got no backup, okay? It's just her. So, yeah, guys, thank y'all for being here. All right, Belle Wilson, KBR, Tyre, Scorpion, Miss Rose, Armstead, and True TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much for modding for me, okay? And thank you all for being here on the show. If you guys enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit the like button to support and keep it in the algorithm, all right? I'll try to hit y'all with one more video tonight, okay? Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. Thank y'all for being here. I see you, Schoolboy, in the building. Sunny Days, thanks for being here. Truth, thanks for being here. Do we have any more? I ain't seen no more content creators. I want to make sure I give credit to all of you. If I missed you guys, please don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my head, honey. All right. Love y'all down. I'll see y'all again. All right. Be blessed and never stressed. If nothing else, honey, let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.